So anyway, now it's time to say hello to Stewart, Joe and John, who are going to tell us all about Natter. Who would like to go first?
Oh, maybe you, Joe.
Okay, so Natter is a play that I wrote a few years ago, and we've recently extended it, so it's a full show. The first one was only about 20 minutes long.
Yes, the wonderful Greater Manchester Fringe, which is a real good starting place for lots of plays and events, isn't it? So, is this the first? So, where did you perform it last time?
It's been performed at the King's Arms and at Hope Mill Theatre in Manchester as well, but this is the first time it's been a full show. The last ones were just short ones.
Yeah, it was part of our night that we do called Qweer Shorts, which started life at the King's Arms and has now moved over to Hope Mill. It's a collection of LGBTQ short plays, and this was one of the ones that we did about 2 years ago. And then when we moved to Hope Mill, we were like, oh, let's do it again for a bigger audience. And every time it's got a great reception. So I spoke to Joe last September, I think it was, after we finished in Liverpool, and was like, I think Natter has legs. I think we could, I think the audience would love to see more of these two characters, and I think there's enough in the first 20 minutes for us to go back and kind of, dip into their lives and see what happens beyond this conversation.
Yeah.
So then, Joe has spent the winter basically locked away writing the rest of the play. Which we're really excited to share with people on Thursday this week. Thursday and Friday, of course.
Yeah. Are you able to tell us a little bit about it without obviously spoiling too much?
Well, it's about two older ladies, Helen and Linda, who are nattering throughout the piece, and they're talking about, I don't know what's too much of a spoiler, but they're chatting about Linda's son, that starts sort of a conversation between them both, and sort of different life events that are going on during the time.
I mean, it's not a spoiler to say. So Helen starts the conversation by deciding she wants Linda to accept and realise that her son is gay, because we should say it's also set in the 1980s. Helen's kind of quite determined, and Linda seems oblivious or belligerently blind to the fact that her son is quite clearly a homosexual. And that's where the comedy lies in the first 20 minutes, is just kind of that back and forth of denial and then final kind of, acceptance. And that's why I thought there was more life beyond that 20 minutes, that we could actually now see what happens with these characters in their own lives, but also what happens to Linda and Helen. Now Linda's accepted that her son's gay, and kind of what that entails for them and stuff. And it's a laugh out loud comedy basically.
What Joe's done so well, I think, through the comedy is there is real, obviously issues going on at the time, and real heartfelt moments, but through the comedy those come through, which I think is really nice.
Oh, thanks, John.
For just boosting you up on the radio.
I'm really proud of it, and these two they're great as well. It's a very much a team effort, I think. I mean, I wrote it, but it wouldn't be the same without Stewart's direction or without my Helen. So I know. I'm really proud of it. It's I hope it's very funny. I think it's very funny.
Well, I think it was at Isle of Manchester when they came to review it, said you'll bust a gut laughing. So I think that's quite a quote.
That's a good review. Yeah, I mean,
a review and a threat. You will.
You will
bust a gut.
yes, or else.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you said about the 80s, obviously different times. Then So are you both in it? Are you? You both playing?
Yes.
You're playing the two main characters.
Yeah. I'm Linda. John plays Helen. Yeah. So we're sort of, we're in drag, but it's just old woman clothes, isn't it? Really, there's nothing special.
Not fancy drag.
Not fancy. Yeah.
RuPaul is not calling.
Yeah, so it's more like two women as they do talk to one another, isn't it? And about all different things, and Yeah.
It
very
is,
different
yeah.
very different women as well.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was inspired by older northern women who I think are the best characters the country has to offer. Just the way they talk and the way they interact. I was, very much raised by some, so that's where my inspiration came from, I guess, and that's at the heart of it, is traditional, I'd say, British, specifically northern comedy.
Yeah, they are very strong. A lot of comedians and actors have commented and been inspired by the northern women, haven't they, in the past? And you hear this tale told quite a lot.
Some of your older listeners will remember kind of Les Dawson and Roy Barraclough. Is it Sissy and
Ada? Yeah.
So a lot of our audience members who've spoken to me after the show and stuff in the various bars that we've been in have referenced them and said, is it inspired by them? And I think it really is. It's kind of it's an old style of comedy that I think is just timeless. It's just there is something funny about a man in a dress. I'm sorry.
There is, yeah, definitely. So yes, we're with John, Joe, and Stewart, and from Qweerdog Productions.
Yes.
Yeah. And you said that you're at Hope Mill Theatre, so that must be quite a wonderful place.
Yeah, Hope Mill's a fantastic space, and they've been really supportive with us. In fact, they might even be lending us bits of costume this week.
Right. Yeah. No, I got the feeling you'd moved into Hope Mill Theatre to do, your preparation.
Well, it's just that that's kind of where Qweer Shorts, which is where this Natter has born from. Qweer Shorts is based at Hope Mill, so they're kind of supporting us and new writing quite a lot. But yeah, we're currently over at the Edge in Chorlton, which I don't know is a lovely theatre. Not everybody knows about it, but it's just kind of off the main road there. It's a beautiful old building at the back of a church. It's got a purpose-built theatre in it, and we're looking forward to getting in the space.
Yeah. So you've had a good review, I believe, or you would like to tell us about?
Yeah, we had a couple of reviews, nice reviews in this the show that we did in September, the version of it. Like I said, one was from I Love Manchester that said you're busting out laughing, and then we also had one from Talk Theatre. Talk Theatre. Theatre Talk, and they likened Joe's writing to Caroline Aherne, saying that it was a masterclass in British comedy, which I think Caroline Ahern's one of your heroes, right?
She is, yeah. So that was very nice. I read that when it came out and I was in work, and I nearly blew up. But yeah, that was it was really nice to hear that, because she is Caroline Aherne, Victoria Wood are very much my heroes, and I think that's the sort of style of comedy as well. It's very northern, very British, very them, I'd say. So yeah, being compared to Caroline Aherne is probably the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life.
Yeah, she was quite amazing, wasn't she, with the writing and everything?
Genius, yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Just in capturing kind of just natural dialogue and the kind of the humour which lies within just some words and phrases just being funnier than others.
And the silence between them.
Yeah, and there's a lot of that in this play. There's a lot of kind of non sequiturs and one-liners that you just don't see coming.
Yeah, Victoria Wood, she did something where she did that song, didn't she? And she mentioned Woman's Weekly.
Yes.
And whenever I hear the radio advert now, I can't take it seriously. There's a serious, in this week's Woman Weekly, and Victoria Wood just comes straight, what she said in that song just comes straight back into my mind. So
I remember that very well. But yeah, there's something about being beaten on the bottom with a woman's week that's funnier than if you use the Radio Times. I'm sorry.
Definitely in the Radio Times. So would you like to tell us what dates the play's on?
So it's on this Thursday and Friday, the 4th and 5th, is that right?
4th of July, yeah.
The Edge in Chorlton, which is a lovely space. And tickets are on, you can get them through the Manchester Fringe website
or via the Edge. And I think it's £12 and £9 concession. And we're on Thursday, Friday, 4th and 5th of July, 7:30 p.m.
So you've only got one day before you're out on stage.
We do.
Yeah.
The realisation of it.
We're going to start rehearsals tomorrow.
Yes.
Kidding.
Yes, that's great. Oh, that sounds
Learn the lines on Thursday.
Yeah.
that sounds wonderful. Are you hoping to, obviously, to take it somewhere else after that?
We'd love to, yeah. If we get a nice response. Obviously, this is the first time that the full-length version has been seen. So, yeah, we are hoping that if we get a good response and some more reviews, that we can the play can have life somewhere else. I've as Qweerdog, I've done this a few times where you take a 20-minute show, you put that in front of an audience, see how it goes, and then go, okay, let's make it bigger, do that again, and then take it on tour and stuff. And I definitely think like a piece like this, it's a two-hander, it's got the appeal of comedy, it's got the appeal of kind of just two men in dresses. I just think it's a funny play, and yeah, I would just love more people to see it as much as we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. No, I wish it every success, and I'm sure it will be wonderful.
Thanks.
So,
thank you.
So Stewart, John and Joe, thank you very much for coming in to talk to us about Natter.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.